Subscribe Nightmare Network and press the bell icon to listen horror and scary stories regularly.
I think this is from when I was around 18 years old. I was very happy that I about to cross my adult age, but you get very excited in your teenage years. All of us school friends made a plan by dropping out of school that we will go to the jungle for camping. We were around 4 friends. We packed all our stuff and went to the jungle for camping. It was a weekend night. My brother, who was also with me, my younger brother, he brought a bottle of beer with us. And we collected some blankets, some lights, and some food so that we don't face any problems there. We went there and set up our camp tents and sat down, lit a bonfire, and started talking and enjoying the beer. It was summer, and it was not very cold. The weather used to be low, so I didn't feel so much. Suddenly, one of my friends, Robert, said that why don't we go to the jungle and see what's inside? This was obviously a strange statement, but at that time we were very drunk. So I said, yeah, why not? We should go to the jungle. So let's have a try. We started going to the jungle. We were very drunk and our brains were not working, but we were still in our senses. My younger brother John, who was very nervous about going, but still he agreed to come with us after a few requests. We were going towards the jungle. Suddenly Eliza said, Eliza is my friend. She said, hey guys, come here. She had seen something. A bunker in the jungle. Now I will tell you how the bunker was. The place where we were standing, there were a lot of leaves under it. And there was a door made under the leaves which we can open upwards. What kind of bunker was it? We didn't understand what this could be. I thought that yes, there must be some government projects. They must have made a secret place. Robert said, why don't we go inside and see what could be there? Anyway, after a lot of Robert's words, we agreed to his words, and we said, okay, we will go inside and get ready. We put all the leaves aside, and I came forward to clean it and open the bunker. I opened it by applying force, and it was not opening. Then me and Robert tried to open it, and it was done. It was looking like it was not opening as usual. That is, it is often closed. Anyway, I had a doubt that why it was locked from inside or why it was not locked from outside. If the government projects are going inside. Anyway, we were going down the stairs, and you will not believe that as soon as we went down, there was a very big hall inside. And there were a lot of rooms. It was very dark there. Anyway, we were looking at each other in the light, and we saw the whole hall. There was a table there in the center of the hall, and a lot of instruments were lying there, which could be the instruments of experiments, like post-mortem or cutting instruments or knives, blades, something like that. You can say medical equipments were lying there. There was a door of red color. Robert said that why don't we go there and see what could be there? We opened that door. You will not believe that there were human bodies inside. So many human bodies were lying on the ground, and all their bodies were open. And on the upper wall, their organs were designed in such a way that it was an exhibition. I know this is very strange that I am telling you, but this was a true incident that happened to us. This may seem like an imagined story to you, but you will not believe that what we think in this world is not like that. A lot of strange things are happening in this world. In that room, their organs were designed in such a way that their hearts, eyes, brains, and some kidneys were fixed inside a mirror glass like a painting or art. We were very surprised to see that. My younger brother, he was vomiting. I took care of him, and we said, let's get out of here. We were coming out, and we saw that there were 3 or 4 men wearing masks in black clothes. They were coming from behind. Although they did not see us, we saw them, and we got scared. I shouted loudly, run everyone. As soon as we shouted, they saw us and started running towards us. We quickly ran and went upstairs. We started climbing the stairs, and they fired at us from behind. But I am really thankful that no one was shot. We climbed the stairs and came out. We immediately closed the bunker and ran away. Although the bunker was not closed, obviously they could have come from there. But we started running. We did not take any of our camping equipment. We left everything there and were running. We had our bicycles, we picked it up and set it up and ran away from there. Then we went back home. We reached my house. My parents were shocked to see us in that moment, and they asked us why we were so scared. John was crying, but we managed to make him went to his room quietly. After that, we never go to that area or jungle. We never discussed that incident again between us, and I am really curious and shocked what actually they are doing there with human bodies and what is their plans. This happened a month ago to me. I will never forget this incident. I had to go out of my country, and that's why I was preparing for the airport. I booked a cab, and it was about to arrive. I had packed all my luggage. I met with my family. Actually, I was going out of my country for some business. After meeting everyone, I entered the cab. There was a driver in the cab who was middle-aged. He was about 35, 40 years old. He looked quite young. He was older than me, but he looked young. The car drove. My journey was about 2 to 3 hours to the airport, because I lived in a town which was quite far from the airport. I had some snacks in my hand, some tin packs, so that my journey would be good and easy. I was sitting with the driver in front seat. He was driving quietly. He didn't say anything. We were going towards the journey. My father called me after we drove for I think half an hour. He asked me, "Are you okay? How far have you reached?" I told him everything. I hung up the call and started using my mobile. I was reading some blogs. Suddenly, driver called me. "Sir, why are you going so far to the airport?" It was a very strange question. Why do we go to the airport? Do we go for a flight? To drop someone? But it was a very strange question. I ignored the way he asked, and I told him that I was going out of my country for some business. That's why I had to go to the airport. He listened to me and nodded his head, although it was very strange. Anyway, I again started to focusing on my mobile. It was nighttime. It was not daytime. It was about 8 or 8:30 at night. There was not much rush on the road. We were going from the highway. Suddenly, after 10, 15 minutes, I felt this man doing strange things. He was driving the car in a zigzag motion. I ignored him. I thought he was joking, but there was a moment when the car felt like it was coming down, like if no one was controlling the steering. I grabbed the steering wheel of the car and went up. I asked him if he was mad, and he started laughing. He passed a smile and said, "Sir, I am sorry. I want to go home. I am feeling sleepy." I scolded him, and he shut up. He started driving the car again. He took a cold drink from me and started to drink it. The car was going fast, and the man was still driving it badly. He was not driving properly, although the journey was long, and I don't know why I was feeling upset. That this man is doing something wrong. He will do something wrong. That's what it looked like. I told that man to increase the air conditioner. After some time, I felt like he was doing something weird. I don't know how to tell you, but he was blabbering something. I asked him, "Are you reading something, or do you want to say something?" He was quiet. He didn't say anything. His eyes were on the front. He was staring at the road. I was surprised to see him. I was a little scared. I asked him, "Why are you staring at the road like this?" He, with his hand gesture, told me to look back. When I looked back, there was no one. The whole road was empty. I asked him, "Are you mad? Are you kidding me?" He didn't say anything. It was getting weird, although he was a driver. It was his responsibility to talk to his customers, but he wasn't answering me, as if he was arrogant. Anyways, he kept driving, and I was praying that my journey ends soon, and we reach the airport, and I get rid of this man. But no, he started talking in a loud voice, as if there were some spells, some magic. He started talking in a loud voice. I was scared. His voice was so loud that I couldn't express it. He was talking in a loud voice as if he was doing some ritual. And sometimes he would look at me and then at the road. I couldn't understand. I picked up my phone and called 911. I called them and started talking to the operator, but suddenly this man started snatching my phone. I asked him, "What do you want from me?" Although the call was on and the police operator was listening from the other side, I asked him, "Stop the car and get me out of here." He started talking in a loud voice and reading the spells. "Why?" I asked him. I took my hands off him. He grabbed my wrist and tried to snatch my phone. I saved my phone, but he didn't let go of my hand. My hand was in pain. I tried to get rid of him, but he didn't let go. Anyway, I took a chance as the car slowed down. I opened the door and jumped out of the car. You won't believe it. I jumped out of the car, and that man didn't even stop the car and kept driving like if nothing had happened, as if he didn't care. I was badly injured, and I was unconscious. I don't know. When I opened my eyes, I was in a hospital, and my parents were standing in front of me, and some policemen were questioning my parents. I am thankful that I jumped out of that car that day and it was my right decision. Now I am scared to book a cab. I think it was 7 or 8 years ago when I was very young. I have no idea how and why it happened to me. I still get scared when I think about it, and this is a trauma for me. My name is Bia. It all started when I went to a Joyland with my family. It was very crowded there. Kids were playing, and a lot of crowd of peoples and different kind of games were there. I came with my cousins and my entire family. My cousins were running towards a machine to get a swing. It was a big machine with a swing inside. They were about to get there. I was with them, but they were fast and get there, but I was far away from them. I was running towards them. Suddenly I got lost. I got lost in the crowd. I don't even know what happened. The weather was bad at that time. There was a lot of thunder sounds. I could hear a creaking sound. It created a fear in my heart. I was very scared. I still get scared when I hear a creaking sound. It reminds me of my trauma. I got lost and I didn't know where I was. I shifted to a parallel universe. It sounds weird, but it happened like this. It was obvious that we had come to enjoy, but we couldn't do it. My family was looking for me. I couldn't understand. I felt like I had shifted to another universe. Suddenly I feel like my family was coming towards me. I didn't know where I was. I couldn't hear anything. My brain was empty. I was stuck at a point. I could see that people were coming towards me. They were my family, but I didn't know that they were my family. I went to another world. Suddenly, I felt that someone came towards me. He started shaking me. He shook me. She was my mother. She shook me, and I felt that my family was there. But still, I was not conscious. During that moment, I felt darkness everywhere. I felt that everything was empty. I couldn't see and hear anything. My senses were gone, like I was nothing. I was hearing the sounds in my mind like, Bia, can you hear me? What happened to you? It was my mother. She was calling me. But then suddenly I came back. I felt that it was a sudden change or shift that get me back to my real world, but it was strange. They asked me where I was. Where did you go? What were you doing standing at one place? I was standing in front of them. But I went somewhere else in my mind. This still scares me. How can we shift to another world with the sound of lightning? It sounds weird to hear, but it happened to me. During that feeling, I was seeing people there. I didn't feel that they were people. They were something else. They were humans. I didn't feel that I was safe inside them. I was very happy when my family hugged me. I realized that I am back to the world. I still fear the sound of lightning, and sometimes it gives me chills when I thought about it. Like, what if I was stuck there and no one comes near to me to save me?